Bitcoin and Cardano, the power couple. That's what I want to talk about in this video. It's a new change of scenery because I'm really just tired of doing the charts when they're not doing anything. So Bitcoin and Cardano, I was in the office, the studio, whatever you want to call it, and it's pretty dark in there. And I'm trying to prepare a video and just tracking the technical analysis of it all. And it's just continued consolidation. And I thought, you know what, why don't I just do a video just laid back talking with you all about Bitcoin and Cardano. It really is, in my view, a power couple play. If you look at my content, obviously these are the two that I cover over the years. This is like the two main for me, and I just want to explain why. So hit the subscribe also on your way in. That means a lot to me, and thank you for that. And the like, and let's just talk about it. So I'll start with Bitcoin, and then we can talk about Cardano. But I mean, Bitcoin. It's the OG. It's the crypto that so many people that don't even know about crypto know about, right? Just by hearing about it. And it really is, it's just that innovation that came into play over a decade ago, you know, and Bitcoin opening at like 0.0008. It started then. Do you know what I mean? It started with the white paper, and it's this deflationary store of value that offers this opportunity of financial self-sovereignty to people across the world. It's this main narrative of crypto from a lot of different perspectives. And so it's a starting point. Bitcoin is huge, and it's going to continue to grow, in my opinion. Now, I've covered it a lot over the years. I mean, it's been probably the most foundational crypto on my YouTube channel since I started my YouTube channel over 5 years ago. But right now, 2023, I've gone to this new level of excitement with Bitcoin, and a lot of that excitement kind of stems from my excitement that I have with altcoins like Cardano, right? Or even Ethereum. You can see things that have been built on Ethereum over the years that are just cool. They're a little different, right? Bitcoin is actually starting to tap into that market, and that is Web3, right? So we have, you know, this number one crypto. It's been kind of just this same type of thing. It's a store of value. It's digital gold. But now Web3 is coming to Bitcoin, and that's really exciting me. So we're talking about Web3 coming to Bitcoin. We're talking about ordinals, which are NFTs on Bitcoin. It's happening right now. I've been really discussing it. I started getting heavily into it in February, just my own time, me and my buddy. And I'm not like crazy posting content about it because I've just been enjoying it myself and learning about it. But just that whole concept, and if you look into the Bitcoin ecosystem and what's being built now, it is a whole new vibe out of nowhere that's happening. Tons of startups, tons of companies, payments, infrastructure, you know, ordinal ecosystem, obviously, wallets, social, identity, all of these different things that you would never really associate with Bitcoin, because Bitcoin's just Bitcoin. It's a digital gold, right? That's what it's good for. And so we have all of this innovation and this new vibe coming to Bitcoin, and that really excites me. And lastly, and this really actually threads into Cardano, really importantly, and this is kind of foundational to my video as a whole, it's this thought of community. When you think of Bitcoin community or Cardano community or XRP community, you kind of it's segmented, right? And so for Bitcoin, even within Bitcoin, it's segmented. You have like Bitcoin maximalists. Now you have just the Bitcoin NFT kind of culture is there, and it's segmented in all these different areas. Just people that are invested in Bitcoin and only care about price. But it's Bitcoin community, and it's kind of the collaboration of those communities coming together. And now as we enter this new world, and it's been happening more and more recently over the last couple of years, this multi-chain world, we're starting to see all of these kind of tentacles, right, extend from Bitcoin, the OG, the digital gold, and all of these different highways opening up that I think are going to create a lot of opportunity for multiple communities across multiple cryptos to connect, to engage, to innovate, to build together. And I don't know what that world looks like just yet. But what I do know is I see the innovation being built on Bitcoin right now. It's exciting. I myself am exploring that with a business partner of mine, and we're doing that right now. But what does that look like from a community perspective? Because this is where it ties into Cardano. Obviously, I like Bitcoin. Now I pivot to Cardano. Cardano's just, it's special on a different level. And ever since I got into it, I think probably 2020 is when I really started covering it on my YouTube channel. It's grown in different phases for me in terms of why it's special. Initially, it was very intriguing when my buddy brought it up to me and told me to look into it a little bit more deeply. It was very much intriguing to me from a charting perspective. I do technical analysis. I saw the chart. It was sub 10 cents. I saw where it was before. I saw where it could be going, especially if they delivered on just all the technicals. And we're talking about proof of stake. We're talking about smart contracts, all of these things. And you all know how that played out. They delivered. But I saw all of these things as a value investor, and that really intrigued me at first. So that's like layer number one. And then layer number two was kind of like just getting a sense of what type of innovation actually is possible with this now. And actually seeing proof of stake come into fruition. And as myself running the nodes and building my own crypto capital venture community as just this community that's taking part in the consensus mechanism of Cardano. That was like this new deeper layer where I'm actually like involved in the technology to some regard, where we're actually like playing into and helping the network run and move. And that was cool to me. And then as this kind of went on, right, I launched an NFT project, a collection that's out there. And you know, some people are not vibing with that collection fully in the long term, and that's okay, but it's something that I tried. It's something that I just jumped out there and I did. And I think that's what this space is all about. And Cardano for me, not just as a content creator, but just as a person, has allowed me to kind of just creatively just learn, number one, crypto, and number two, just think about what's possible. Cardano has really helped me in that regard from an education perspective. Why are things possible, right? And when we start talking about decentralization and staking mechanism, and we start talking about scalability and what that will allow, and we start watching how DeFi actually is able to start coming online, we've seen this story just play out with Cardano from kind of nothingness through the eras. So nothingness, and then all of a sudden proof of stake, right? The staking mechanism, and then the multi-asset ledger, and then smart contracts, and scalability, right? And now all of these projects are coming online. We see Total Value Locked coming on, you know, just rising all-time high like we haven't seen yet. We haven't seen something like this, in my opinion, since Ethereum years and years and years ago. And that's exciting to me. And then all of this ties into, and all the ups and downs that I've been through on my own Cardano journey ties into community. Just getting to know people within Cardano, it's just such a different feel, right, than Bitcoin. And Bitcoin has its own specialness, right? But something special about Cardano. And we're talking people that I just didn't even know for years, or people disagreed with, right? Or disagree with me. And starting to connect with those people and starting to really get to know the community has been extremely special to me. And it's just the vision of Cardano, the vision of community. And now when you start and I know I'm shoving a lot within 10 minutes, it's a 10-minute video, but when you start just looking at the scope of Cardano and what I just laid out and what's coming, the story that's progressing, right? Progressively being told. And you look at Bitcoin and the story that's even there developing. And it excites me that there's a developing story, and it's bigger than just Bitcoin, a store of value. Right now, there's a new kind of innovation coming on board. I think most people are not even aware of right now. I think the ordinals, and there's BRC20 tokens now sitting at like a total of $100 million market cap. $100 million market cap. If you think of the market cap for ERC20 tokens on Ethereum, we are at the early stages right now with Bitcoin. And so all of these vibes where you can build on Bitcoin, you can build on Cardano, or you can just, engage and you can be part of the community. I see these communities coming together in some way, and there's going to be so many different ways that other projects kind of link to other projects on other communities. But I'm so interested in that. I'm so interested in the community aspect of it, right? We have Cardano community, we have Bitcoin community, and I just want to see it less segmented. And I really want to, and it's not to say everybody has to be a fan of Bitcoin and Cardano and every crypto, but I really like the thought of what does it look like when the communities come together? What does it look like if you're sitting in this huge conference room, right, and there's a bunch of Bitcoin and Cardano holders? You're not just at a conference for Cardano or a conference for Bitcoin. What happens when there's so much innovation happening cross-chain that people can't help but be at a conference where it's really just like Bitcoin and Cardano people? And I like the thought of that, especially because I'm a fan of Bitcoin and I'm a fan of Cardano. So I like the thought of the two coming together from a community perspective. And I'm a content creator. Community is the coolest part of crypto for me, right? Obviously we track the charts and everything, but like community is a huge piece of it. So those are my thoughts on Bitcoin and Cardano, and I just wanted to throw it out there and kind of get your thoughts. Let me know below what you think about these two. And if you agree with anything I said, hit the subscribe, hit the like. I'll see you in the next video. God bless.